International sport has its rivalries. Real Madrid has built an empire on them. But now, one of the most successful clubs in football's history is facing a different kind of battle. Not against Barcelona, not against Manchester City, but from within. From dressing room fights and training ground clashes to questions over tactics, leaderships, and superstar egos. Real Madrid's season is unraveling in spectacular fashion. And for a club built on winning, the pressure is becoming impossible to ignore. Real Madrid's simmering tensions exploded this week after reports emerged of a dressing room fight involving Federico Valverde and Aurélien Tchouameni. According to several club sources, the altercation left Valverde with a cut to the head severe enough to require hospital treatment, and some reports say temporary amnesia. Real Madrid later confirmed the captain suffered a head injury and would be sidelined for up to 2 weeks, though he has since been discharged. It is the latest dramatic moment in what has become one of the most chaotic campaigns in the club's modern history. Madrid have already been knocked out of the Champions League. They were eliminated from the Copa del Rey. They are on course to lose LaLiga to bitter rivals Barcelona. For most clubs, it would be disappointing. For Real Madrid, it is considered a crisis. To understand why things feel so unstable now, you have to understand the idea that shaped modern Real Madrid, the Galacticos. The term refers to Florentino Pérez's strategy of signing the biggest stars in the world, often for record-breaking fees. During his first presidency between 2000 and 2006, Pérez signed Luis Figo from Barcelona, Zinedine Zidane from Juventus, Ronaldo Nazario from Inter Milan, David Beckham from Manchester United, Michael Owen from Liverpool, and Sergio Ramos from Sevilla. The idea was simple: build a team of global superstars, win trophies, and turn Real Madrid into the most powerful football brand on earth. The first Galactico era brought a glamour and commercial dominance, but also criticism that the squad lacked balance. Then came the second era after Pérez returned in 2009. This version was even more successful. Cristiano Ronaldo arrived from Manchester United for a world record fee. Then came Karim Benzema, Kaká, Xabi Alonso, Angel Di Maria, Luka Modric, Gareth Bale, Toni Kroos, and James Rodriguez. That core would go on to dominate Europe, winning multiple Champions League titles and defining an era of football. The current generation was supposed to continue that dynasty. Real Madrid invested heavily in young stars including Vinícius Júnior, Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham, Eduardo Camavinga, and Aurélien Tchouameni. They added Thibaut Courtois, Antonio Rudiger, and Arda Güler. And despite some expensive failures, most notably Eden Hazard, the project largely worked. Madrid remained competitive. They kept winning, and they looked prepared for the future. Then came Kylian Mbappé. When Mbappe joined Real Madrid from Paris Saint-Germain in 2024, it was supposed to complete the ultimate super team. Instead, according to reports and sources close to the club, his arrival created fractures inside the dressing room. Different camps reportedly formed among players, questions emerged over hierarchy and influence, and tensions allegedly grew between senior stars and coaching staff. All of this came just 1 year after Carlo Ancelotti had won the Champions League with the club. Yet, despite that success, Ancelotti was eventually pushed out, and Real Madrid turned to one of their former icons, Xabi Alonso. When Alonso arrived in 2025, expectations were enormous. Initially, things looked promising. Madrid started strongly. Alonso even won LaLiga Manager of the Month after a perfect August. But the momentum faded quickly. Despite beating Barcelona in October to go 5 points clear at the top of the table, Madrid later collapsed in form and surrendered first place. Reports from The Athletic, ESPN, and Spanish media suggest several senior players were unconvinced by Alonso's tactical ideas. Vinícius Júnior, Jude Bellingham, and Federico Valverde were all reportedly frustrated. A high-profile clash between Alonso and Vinícius during El Clasico reportedly worsened tensions further. And according to Cadena SER, multiple players complained directly to Florentino Pérez and the board. Eventually, the pressure became too much. Xabi Alonso was sacked before the end of the season, with assistant coach Álvaro Albirola stepping in as interim manager while the club searches for a permanent solution. But Alonso's departure did not stop the chaos. According to the reports from sources close to Real Madrid, Antonio Rudiger allegedly slapped Álvaro Carras during training, forcing teammates to intervene. Weeks later, Rudiger was reportedly screaming at Carras again before being made to apologize. Carras later appeared to confirm tensions through an Instagram story. Tchouameni and Valverde reportedly fought on 2 consecutive days. Valverde ended up in the hospital. Mbappe allegedly became involved in a heated verbal argument with a member of the coaching staff. There are also reports of tactical work in training that has been reduced dramatically. And perhaps most damaging of all, There appears to be a leak inside the dressing room itself. Details from private incidents continued reaching the media almost immediately. For years, Real Madrid's Galacticos strategy worked because superstar talent was balanced by strong dressing room leadership. Played by players like Sergio Ramos, Luka Modric, and Karim Benzema helped maintain order behind the scenes. But now, many of those figures are gone or nearing the end. And critics argue Madrid may have assembled too many stars without enough structure to hold them together. Because football history shows something important. Talent alone is not enough. Not even at Real Madrid. And now, attention is now turning again to Florentino Pérez. According to multiple reports in Spanish media, Pérez's latest solution could involve bringing back one of the most controversial figures in modern football, José Mourinho. The special one managed Real Madrid between 2010 and 2013, winning LaLiga with a record 100-point season and becoming known for restoring intensity and discipline inside the club during the peak of Pep Guardiola's Barcelona era. For some fans, Mourinho represents exactly what this fractured dressing room needs: authority, control, and someone powerful enough to manage superstar egos. But for others, his return would just signal just how desperate the situation has become. The biggest question now is whether this is just a bad season or the beginning of something much deeper. Can Real Madrid rebuild harmony in the dressing room? Can Mbappe, Vinícius and Bellingham coexist long term? And can Florentino Pérez restore stability to a club built on winning everything? At Real Madrid, drama is never far away, but this season feels different. Because for the first time in years, the club that built its identity around dominance suddenly looks unstable everywhere. On the pitch, in the dugout, and behind closed doors.